Hi, Falcons. Today we are wrapping up our unit of study where we focused on the different changes that occur in environments. And by now, you should have had a chance to have read the text in your STEMscopedia. And in that, you learned about the different ways that living organisms deal with changes. If you recall, you even predicted some possible effects that could come about as a result of change in the environments. Remember, in those three images, um, you saw a possible change that could occur in that environment in the image, and then you predicted, what could be some effects um, out of those out of those living organisms that were there. How do they deal with that? And so today, to wrap up what you read about, I wanted to put it in a concise format here on this digital poster that you can see. It's called Changes in Environments Make the Organisms Mad. And you can see that this word mad is actually an acronym. So, what, if you will, go ahead and you may want to pause the video for a second so that you can get out your science notebook. And what you'll do is you will add this poster to your science notebook. You can title it Changes in Environments, and then go ahead and write the acronym and the M and the A and the D on down the poster. And once you start the video again, you can add to the poster to complete it. So if you want to pause the video and then come back, you can complete your poster. Okay, so real briefly here, the changes in environments make the organisms mad. We're going to start with the M. Now, this M here stands for migrate. So let me just go ahead and type that word. Now, migrate means caps lock, to move, and you guys probably know that. So, one thing that could occur in an environment, living organisms, let's say it's a forest and a highway is being built through the forest, or it's being cleared because of, a new neighborhood is going in. Well, the living organisms there could, migrate or move to another forest type area. So that is what migrate means. So that's what the M stands for. Okay, I'm going to move along onto the A. The A stands for adapt. And the word adapt just means to change. Okay. A living organism may be able to migrate and move to another place, but this living organism could also, just adapt to the changes that are happening around it. They may have to change their food source. So, what they were used to eating before, maybe now they have to eat something different, or they may have to change their shelter. Um, the way that they built their shelter before, maybe now they have to make some changes to it. And so those are just a couple of examples of adaptations or ways that living organisms can adapt to the environment. We as humans even do that. When change happens, we figure out a way to deal with it. So that's how we adapt when things change around us. Now, the last letter here, the D, this is the sad one. So sometimes it does not end well for organisms and they actually die. So if if maybe the change is, one that is adding some harsh chemicals to a certain area. Well, obviously, or pollution that can kill the living organisms that are there. So, these are the three changes in environments make the organisms there mad. So, M stands for migrate, A stands for adapt, and D stands for die. And today, in your activity, you're going to be given a little, well, you actually get to choose a scenario that gives you a living organism and a change that is happening for that organism. And you are going to, predict what that organism is going to do. I want you to really think and be creative. Don't just say, well, it's going to die, and that's that. Try to think about, maybe some other options. Um, that could actually happen because not all changes in the environments are bad. Some of them are actually good, and living things, learn to um, survive even when changes happen. So, I hope you have fun on that activity today as we wrap up our study of changes in environments.